And good morning, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is FXFreedom broadcasting you live on YouTube. Happy Monday, everybody. Remember, trading is a learnable skill when we learn in the correct way the three pillars. Pillar number one is the market. And we are trying to learn about the market with these modules: basic module, market structure, beginner module, trend lines, intermediate module, multiple time frames, Fibonacci's. Then when we learn about the market, then we are going to talk about the strategy, pillar number two in the advanced module strategy system. And the third pillar, right, of the equation is the trader. Talking about the trader more in the advanced course, more in the Forex course 202, everybody. And remember, if you are not receiving webinars notifications from the JForex platform, everybody, please send an email to research@dukascopy.com and write that you are not receiving webinar notifications, okay, from the JForex platform. Moving forward, what do champion beginner traders always say? Champion beginner traders always say that we are not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. And of course, this is a quote from Mark Douglas. And my own quote here on the left: when the market scares you, don't be afraid to do the right thing. What is the right thing to do? Follow the rules, follow the concepts. Enter one more time. Hello Alex, happy Monday, how are you? Remember, everybody, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. Risk disclaimer: the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. And for homeworks or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and you can follow me on TradingView. That being said, everybody, let's move forward. Let's continue to build up our knowledge base. And today is trading support, resistance, pivot points, how to trade support in an uptrend. Okay? So what we're going to do today, we're going to put support, resistance, pivot points, everybody, okay, on Euro JPY monthly chart. And remember, you are going to do the same on other currency pairs. Make sense? Okay. So we are going to start with support. Okay. So pivot points are going to be this color. Support is going to be green, and resistance is going to be red. Okay. So this is Euro JPY monthly chart, and remember, those are not to the pips. Make sense? Those are not lines to the pip. Okay. Why is this important? This could be slightly subjective. Somebody is going to have support like this. Somebody is going to have support like this. Make sense? What is better? There is no right or wrong. Those are areas anyway. Make sense? But one way to go would be, okay, just connect the tails, just connect the candles. Make sense? So we are going to take this one and we are going to zoom in. Okay, so we are going to and scroll the mouse up, something like this. Now I'm going to leave my support on Euro JPY monthly chart like this. Then I'm going to zoom out and I need to check. I'm going to clone this one, clone down in here, right? And we're going to do the same. Moving forward, moving up, and so I have here two lows. Here is a low, right? But here we have high, so need to zoom out. Is this kind of support, or is this already a pivot point? Support, right? We have lows, and this is not a high. Okay, now I'm going to clone this one, clone, starting from downside up, and we're going to move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, and here we have lows, everybody. Zoom out, right? So we have a low in here, one low, two lows, and we have a low in here, right? And then we have another low in here, so I need to decide or leave it like this or moving forward, right? And here is a high, here is a low, so this is a pivot point. This is why it's the different color. So I have a low in here, high in here, this is a pivot point. What about those lows in here? It's up to you, everybody, makes sense? It's up to you if you want to put another line. And talking about, well, it's not a pivot point, right? So maybe we can clone and put it as support. Low, low, but not highs. Low, low, not a high. Low, not a high. Okay, very good. Now we're going to clone the pivot point again. Clone. Starting from downside up. Let's move it. Let's move it. Let's move it. Let's find lows and highs and lows. So this would be a low, right? Yes, it's subjective. Don't bother, everybody, makes sense? You cannot, if you want to hit every single low, then you are going to have too many of those, make sense? Never forget, those are not lines to the pip. Those are areas. So I'm not going to bother with, with this low in here, makes sense? Because I have a pivot point down in here. Same story in here. Make sense? Also, this is subjective. Yes, it is. What does this mean? I'm going to have my support resist pivot point slightly different as lines compared to somebody else. Okay? And clone. Let me take a sip of water, everybody. There you go. Moving up, 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 up. We're looking for highs and lows where there is a high, right? We have a high in here. We have candles, not a low. We have a low in here and a low in here. So this is a pivot point again. Then we're going to take this one, moving up, up very slowly. We're looking for highs and lows. So those are the candles, those are the tails, and I'm going to leave it something like this. In here, we have a high here, we have a high here, we have lows in here, we have a low in here, we have a high in here, lows in between, low, low. So this is a pivot point, everybody. And once you get tired, you go on the upside of the chart and you clone the red one, everybody, and just go down, 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 scroll it down, and this is another resistance, right? We need to check if it's a resistance or pivot point. Yeah, this would be pivot point, right? Because it's, well, not it's because of this low, right? But I'm going to leave it as resistance. Okay. I'm not I'm not considering the monthly bands from here. I'm considering the monthly bands from here. Why? Great question, because most of the charting platforms and softwares are not seeing this one. Okay? Yeah, there is no right or wrong. Okay, so we are here and zoom out. So this is the level of resistance, and again we are going to red and scroll down, 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 looking for highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. So we have here tails, wicks, and so this would be a pivot point. Change the color of the pivot point, high in here, low in here. In between, well, we can do, this will be kind of support, right? Bouncing up and down. Hit support, move up. Hit support, move up. Didn't react at here. Well, this would be a support, right? Somewhere like in here. Not resistance. The market didn't hit and reversed. The market went up and down and up, right? So color code it as a pivot point. And pivot point moving down, 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 looking for highs and lows. We have the next high in here and slightly lower. This is a high, right? High in here, high in here, low in here, high in here, low in here, and maybe one more. Looking for highs and lows. We have a high in here, high in here, high in here broke, slightly lower, high in here, high, low, pivot point, high and lows. We have two lows in between too, so this would be a pivot point too. And I believe, everybody, we are done, right? We connected, everybody, highs and lows from the monthly chart. Remember, those are not lines to the pip, those are areas. Make sense? Now, once you've done this, everybody, how to build your charts? You go here, clone chart, and weekly, clone chart, and daily, and clone chart, and then the whatever, right? 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart. Make sense, everybody? So you have, yes, you can do this, everybody. Moving forward, you need to build your charts. Make sense? Right now we have built Euro JPY charts with support, resistance, pivot points. So you can see support, resistance, pivot points from the monthly, on the weekly, daily, and the 4 hour chart. Make sense, everybody? Those are the potential reversals. Make sense? You can accept what we're teaching you, you can reject what we're teaching you, not a problem. Question, not on YouTube, on the other streaming platform. Freedom, can I have support, resistance, pivot points from the daily? Great question. Answer, no. Okay, everybody? No. Trading is a learnable skill when we learn in the correct way. Make sense? If you are going to put, everybody, so you have support, resistance, pivot points from the monthly. Make sense? But now, if you are going to put support, resistance, pivot points from the daily, it's a fair question. Thank you very much to the student. Fair question. But if you are going to put support, resistance, pivot points on the daily, look what is going to happen. Look what is going to happen. This is not the correct way, everybody. Make sense? You are going to have a Christmas tree on the chart. Instead of the chart, you are going to have a Christmas tree. How are you going to trade this one? Make sense, everybody? The big right? This is not the correct. One more time, thank you very much for the student asking the question. Answer: no, don't do this. Don't do this. This is not the correct way. Make sense, everybody? Why is this not the correct way? Because if you are going to do something like this, when it's the time to go long, you are going to see a resistance here and you are going to hesitate. You are going to hesitate. Make sense? How do you know? Been there, done that. This is how do we know. You know? Doesn't work. This is not the correct way. Oh, but I'm going to put this one, it's not the correct way, but I'm going to have support, resistance, pivot points on the daily. Either way, up to you. Up to you. Don't come crying back. Make sense, everybody? This is not the correct way. Any questions so far on how to build support, resistance, pivot points on the chart? Good news, on Forex you are going to do this just once and then just copy the chart and move the time frame. Any questions so far, everybody? Type in the chat. Nope, no questions, or yes, I have a question. Everybody? Yes, happy Monday to you too. No questions. Okay, so moving forward, everybody, how to trade support in an uptrend, right? Okay, how to trade support in an uptrend. So I'm going to delete and delete and delete. So from the monthly chart, everybody, from the monthly chart, we learned, and remember, the thought process is going to be the same. Make sense? Don't freak out when you are on Canada JPY, USD CAD, GBP, NZD, AUD CHF. Make sense, everybody? The process is exactly the same. Okay, so we learned about trend lines. A trend line is a tool that confirms the trend, right? So transparency. Let's start with this one first, not to break any candlesticks. There you go. And let's make it even thicker. There you go. So the market was in an uptrend from the monthly chart, and then the market broke the uptrend line and the market was in a downtrend, right? Agreed? On the monthly chart, and the market broke the downtrend line again, and then the market was in an uptrend on the monthly chart, and then the market broke the uptrend line and it was in a downtrend on the monthly chart, and lastly the market broke the downtrend line, right? And we were up in here. Agreed, everybody? Do we agree on that? Freedom, you said in one of your lessons not to use MT4 platform. Why is it? Because you cannot chart on the MetaTrader. Make sense? MetaTrader, it's okay for trading but not for charting. Make sense? Okay, very good. So we're going to delete this one, not relevant anymore. 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 And one more time I'm going to clone the chart 4 times, clone the chart. We have the monthly, we have the weekly, we have the daily, and then we have the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart. And the daily goes above the 4 hour, and the weekly goes below the monthly. Okay, we're going to go on the daily, everybody. So how to trade support, right? How to trade support. Make sense? So this is the daily chart, everybody. Okay, and we have pivot points from before. Make sense? On all time frames and all currency pairs, we have support, resistance, pivot points from before. Make sense? Agreed? So back in time, yes, this is a live chart. Back in time, the market was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and in some point in time the market broke the downtrend line. Agreed? The market broke the downtrend line and start making, so it was lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then it start making higher highs, higher highs, higher lows, right? On the, yes, on the daily chart, the circle on the right, it's higher than the circle on the left. Agreed? Agreed, everybody? So probabilistic thinking, everybody, we explained this in the previous lesson, right? Now how can we do this to be more clear? Okay, we are going to do it like this: inside and inside and inside and inside daily and the 4 hour, right? Okay, very good. And daily here. Okay, so drawings, polyline. How to trade support in an uptrend, everybody. So this is an uptrend, right? We learned about what an uptrend is, right? An uptrend, to have a confirmed uptrend, we need a minimum of 2 highs and 2 lows where and when the second high and the second low are higher highs, higher lows. Remember, everybody? And then we said, well, we are going to use a trend line. What is a trend line? A trend line is a tool that confirms the trend. Make sense? Okay. Now, and we learned about extensions and retracements. Now, what we are trying to learn today is that every single time that the market is going to reverse near past support in an uptrend, okay, then we are going to have a greatest chance, a better probability for the market to go our way. Make sense? So in the example on the left, talking about extensions and retracements, the first time when it was the end of the retracement, the first time the market didn't reverse. Make sense? The market didn't reverse at past support. Can you see this, everybody? Can you understand this, everybody? Type in the chat, yes, I understand. Oh no, I do not understand. So this is the uptrend, the blue one is the uptrend, and the yellow is the shortened trend. And the shortened trend measures extension, retracement, extension. And this entry, now talking about trading, this entry is 1, make sense? This entry is not the same probability wise, yes sir, probability wise this entry is not the same as this entry. Why not, boss? Because this market didn't retrace to past support. Alright, this is something valuable to learn. Okay, so what is past support in an uptrend? Past support in an uptrend are the previous highs. Okay, hedge fund traders, past support in an uptrend are the previous highs. Okay, charting concept. Charting slash trading concept. Charting, we are going to divide this charting concept. Past support in an uptrend. In an uptrend are the previous highs. Okay, everybody. Edit label 18 maybe. There you go. Past support in an uptrend are previous highs. This is a low, this is a low. So what are the highs? This is a high in an uptrend, previous high, right? This is a high. So in an uptrend, blue line, past support are the previous highs. Make sense? This is one. This is one. Okay. Now, charting concept, clone, edit label. In order to spot past support, we need to look at the chart from the right to the left. Oh, teacher, it's from the left to the right. No. Support, resistance and pivot points are an exception to the rule and are one of the few indicators that, in order for you to do it in the correct way, you need to go from the right to the left. Make sense? It's like building a set of stairs, but not from the left to the right, from the right to the left. Make sense, everybody? Do we have a pencil here? Pencil, very good. So you go from the left and you go down, and you go like this, and go down. Make sense? Where is the pencil? Make sense, everybody? We go from, come on, we go from left to, from the right to the left. Oh, it's all the same. No, it's not all the same. Make sense? Do it in the correct way, from the right to the left. Okay, just to understand. And finally, one more. It's called the trading concept, everybody. Trading concept. The entries at past support. So should be more clear, right? When trading an uptrend or up market wave. When trading an uptrend or an up market wave, the entries at past support have a higher probability of success compared to the entries that are not at past support. Okay, down, up. Trading concept: when trading an uptrend, the blue line or up market wave, could be the blue line too, the entries at past support have a higher probability of success compared to the entries that are not at past support. Make sense, everybody? So take a screenshot, take a picture, take a screenshot of what you see online, everybody, on your monitor. Type in the chat done, and here is the first question for you, everybody. So if I enter in here when the market is not at past support, previous past support, can I win? Can I still win? Can we still win? Everybody? What's the answer? So number one, I want you to take a picture, take a screenshot and type in the chat done. And number two, answer the question, what do you think? There is no right or wrong, we're here to learn. If we enter in here where we are not at past support, can we still win? Yes or no? Yes, because we have an uptrend. We can win, but low probability. Very good, everybody. So yes, congratulations to you. So this is the correct answer. The correct answer is yes, we can still win, but the probability of this entry moving forward, right? The probability of this entry compared to this entry. So like this, and then breaking the counter trend line, right? One more time, you know. So counter trend line breaking here, right? Up in here. So we entered here with the counter trend line break, and we entered here with the counter trend line break. Okay, what you must learn today, everybody, it's critical information. Those two entries are not the same. Make sense? Those two entries, a beginner trader without knowledge is going to tell you, or a professional trader is going to, right, on YouTube, right, the super mega trader from YouTube is going to tell you, oh, this and this is the same, because we entered with the bullish candlestick formation here, and we entered with the bullish candlestick formation here, and we were buying the uptrend in here, and we were buying the uptrend in here, and we entered with the counter trend line breaking here, and we entered with the counter trend line break here, and those two trades are the same. You are going to hear this from countless professional YouTube traders, you know, posting the Maserati videos and the Porsche videos, you know, those are the guys, you know. And I'm telling you, if you are smart, everybody, okay, if you start to think, you are going to understand that those two trades are not the same. Make sense? And you can question the guy, you know, what about past support? The past support is not that relevant. Make sense, everybody? Yes, there is a great guy online. His name is Great Cardone, and he was, no, he's not a trader, he is a businessman, but he was making fun of the guys online, you know, and he has a t-shirt, you know, you can fake a Porsche, you can fake a Lambo, you know, so online you are presenting yourself as a top mega trader or the top mega businessman, but he said you cannot fake a plane, you know. Yeah, you can borrow a Lambo for $5,000 in the USA and make a video that you are a top trader, but you know, renting a jet, you need more money. Makes sense? Somebody's typing, oh, you can still fake it. I would not be that sure, you know. So those two trades are not the same exactly, you know. So what is probabilistic thinking, everybody? The more convergences, the more reasons to go long, the higher the probability. Make sense? Oh, Freedom, can you repeat please? Yes, sir. What is probabilistic thinking when we are learning how to trade? Probabilistic thinking is the understanding of the more reasons you have to enter the market, not a guarantee, no, not a guarantee, but the better the chance, the higher the probability. Makes sense? Nonetheless, it can all go to down, you know. The market can do anything it wants, when it wants, for how long it wants. You can enter a high probability trade, a high quality trade, and the market can still stop us out. Make sense? But hopefully not 8 times out of 10. Make sense? So this is theory. Now let's go on the right side. There is the live market, you know. So we are here and the market starts to make the first high, right? The first high. Now let's do it like this, right? For us to understand what we're trying to do here. So we have the first high in here and the market, we are waiting for the first low and we are waiting for the first high. Okay, now agreed, everybody? Why? Because we can, with 2 hard highs and 2 hard lows, we can then draw the first uptrend line. Something like this makes sense? So out, out. Now we have this low, we have this retracement, this low, out, this one, right? So we have extension, retracement, and now we are going up, you know, and we are waiting for a retracement. Makes sense, everybody? Okay, now talking about support, resistance, pivot points, very slowly. So the market is retracing, right? This is the high. The market is retracing, right? This is the market, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. So we have a signal to enter. We have a signal to enter, counter to trend line break. Okay, we have a signal to enter. Now we need to understand, did this market retrace to past support? The risk reward is bigger on the first trade if the stop loss is below the higher low. Lucas, focus on the lesson. Okay, trader Lucas, focus on the lesson. You are right, but focus on the lesson. Freedom, so what take profit, how do we do it? LXE2, focus on the lesson. We're talking about entries today. How to trade support in an uptrend. Everybody, we are talking about entries, not risk reward ratio. Not that it's not important. We are not talking about profits. Not that it's not important. Focus. Okay? Now, let's make a poll, everybody. Who would, so 2 questions. Number 1, did the market reverse at past support? And number 2, would you enter this trade, yes or no? So type in the chat, please, yes and yes, or yes and no, or no and yes, or no and no. Freedom, can you repeat, please? Yes, sir. Question number 1, did the market retraced at past support? Do you think that the live market that you are seeing on the right side, the same thing that you are seeing on the left side? So this would be 1. Did the market retrace to past support? Yes or no? And question number 2, would you enter this trade? Yes or no? Alex says yes, it retraced, and no, I would not enter. Yes, what about the entry, Lucas? Hedge fund trader Olufemi, what about you? Would you enter or not? No, everybody, there is no right or wrong, makes sense? So this is an entry, right? The market retrace here, you know. Now, depending on the capital, makes sense? And depending of the choice, what pattern do you trade? We learned, everybody, that stop loss goes down in here. Agreed, everybody? Make sense? Agreed? No, 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 no. This entry in here, this entry would be premature. Make sense? You don't have a confirmed uptrend yet. Now, there is a lesson, everybody, relevant highs and lows. Make sense? Uptrend 2, extension, retracement, extension. The market must wave. Yes, but there is a pivot point. Exactly. Exactly. So you are seeing up, everybody, this is the skill right now. This is the skill. Number one, fact. You can see a tradable pattern. The yellow one. Agreed? It's a fact. You have a tradable pattern. Okay? It's called the market wave. Okay? You have extension, retracement, extension. Second fact, you have an entry, and based on the theory today, this entry it's high quality. The market reversed at past support. This is the skill. 3. We have a pivot point up front. Right? So, should we enter or shouldn't we enter? Everybody? Meaning, when we start to think, we have a tradable pattern, it's on the screen, it's making higher highs, higher lows, we have a great entry, the market retraced or reversed at past support, but there is a pivot point up front, and this is scary because pivot point, support and resistance are reversal levels. Agreed, everybody? So we learned, and this is a skill, we learned that what makes money to the trader is what? The pattern, the entry, or something else. Everybody, what makes money to the trader? We learned this one. This is one of the most important rules that we must learn. Yes, you have a pivot point in front of you, yes sir. What makes money to the trader? Is the pivot point, is the pattern, or is the entry? And in this regard, everybody, if you are scared of the pivot point, you can say, okay, I'm not going to put the background color, foreground color. I'm not going to put the stop loss below the pattern. I'm going to put the stop loss below in here, makes sense? And I'm going to go 1 for 1. Okay, everybody? Stop loss, exactly. What makes money to the trader is the stop loss. So, hedge fund trader Lucas, choose which one do you want to use. Do you want to use the red stop loss and go 1 for 1, or do you want to use the yellow stop loss? Hedge fund trader LXU2, decide red stop loss or yellow. Olufemi and everybody else online, type in the chat which stop loss do you want. Make sense, everybody? Now remember, this stop loss, you know, it's tight and you can go 1 for 1, but you are not trading the yellow one anymore. Make sense? Make sense, everybody? This yellow stop loss, this is the correct stop loss on the pattern, on the up market wave, extension, retracement, extension, on the uptrend, extension, retracement, extension. This stop loss, you know, you are trading the short-term trend, makes sense? So on the left, the yellow is the blue, right? And yeah, we need to change colors. And the violet, everybody, the violet, this is the violet here. Okay, so choose, everybody. Are you going? So remember what we are trying to learn today. It's probabilistic thinking. Focus, everybody. The lesson today is for you to understand that those two entries are not the same, and the more reasons you have to go long or short, the better probability you have. So the lesson today is about the entry and how past support works. Make sense? Good. Out of this scope, talking about here, we have an entry, high quality, past support, you know, so we are going to enter. Where do you want to put your stop? Do you want to trade the short-term uptrend, or do you want to trade the yellow wave? And there is no right or wrong. The extension may soon end, so what is your decision? Everybody, you have this kind of example right now on all currency pairs and on all time frames. Don't think that this is theory. This is what you see, and you want to make pips and money, don't you? So make a decision. Oh, I'm staying out. You can stay out, or do you want to go long on the violet, stop loss down in here, or you go long and stop loss on the yellow one? It's decision time, everybody. Let's make a poll. What do you want to do? Is it true the stop loss is most important? Hedge fund trader Lucas, hedge fund trader Olufemi, hedge fund trader Alex. What are you going to do? I'm the junior trader here, everybody. Boss, what should we do? It makes sense for me to expect a deeper retracement. Okay, so Boss Lucas says stay out. What about you, Boss Olufemi, Boss Alex? I want to make pips and money. What should we do? Let's go long. No, there is no right or wrong. Hedge fund trader wants to stay. Lucas stays out. What about you, Olufemi? What about you, Alex? And everybody else? Do you want to stay in, or do you want to enter the market? And if you want to trade, I will trade the yellow line, okay? What about you, Olufemi? Okay, everybody, 5 more minutes. We need to move on, okay? So we enter the market. The market is going up and sideways, you know, and up and down and up and down. See, everybody, so here the market would stop you out. Me too. If we would trade the short-term uptrend, you know, the market would stop us out, right? And 1, 2, down, 1, 2, 3, bam, we have another entry, another signal, right? Another signal. So we need to check, is this signal, if this reversal appeared on some past past support, everybody. So see, everybody, that the market, yes, it retraced. Is this reversal at past support? Everybody, can you see it? The market retraced, and here another signal to enter past support in here. My strategy is in the violet, but the pivot point is against 1 per 2 risk reward, so it's better for me to wait. Everybody, you cannot, Lucas, listen to me, because we know each other. You cannot trade like this, make sense? Everybody, you cannot trade, oh, there is a pivot point and I'm not going to enter. Why not? Because pivot points are not lines to the pip. Everybody, make sense? Pivot points are reversals, yes sir. okay, but they should not scare you. Here too, you know, so oh, the market's making higher highs, higher lows, and because I am in front of a pivot point, I'm not going to enter the market. Well, you are not going to enter in the market anywhere then. Bam! The market went through the pivot point. Make sense, Lucas and everybody else? Don't be afraid of pivot points. So moving forward, everybody, we have another signal, high quality past support in here, and the market went down, pushed down forward, and nonetheless, everybody, I will go long because market is still moving up, but where do I place the stop loss? You are the teacher. Olufemi, the stop loss always goes on the pattern traded. Alex, did we win? Yes or no? Alex entering the yellow line, stop loss in here. Did we win? Yes or no? What makes money to the trader is the stop loss level, everybody, not the entry. And if you understand this, you should be happy right now. Make sense? Oh, so this is the secret. Yes, sir. If you learn where is the correct stop loss according to the pattern, you can enter in the wrong place, you can enter at the wrong time, you can have a challenging time learning timing, you are still going to make pips and money. Make sense? The stop loss is what makes the money, not the entry. Entry is important, yes sir, absolutely, but what makes money to the trader is the stop loss. Okay, everybody, our time is up. See you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong and trade for freedom. This is FX Freedom.